I just feel like if I had come for the reunion, I would have given her a dirty slap.
If she slaps Caroline, I'll slap her back. You can't do that.
I got married for love, not for money, and I loved my husband even till today.
Okay, so you're done.
This episode had all the bass boats everywhere. This episode was crazy. Mixed feelings all over the place. There was anger, there was resentment, people were getting emotional. It was just a mix of everything. It was the bomb. This episode was cool. In fact, before I even continue, let me show you guys another scene.
I've done nothing to your sister, and if I want to insult her, I will insult her. She has the balls. She face me.
So Linda, Caroline has said you should come and talk to her direct. Come and face her. Stop cutting through the corners. Don't be going behind your blog to do things. Come to her directly. So like I said, this episode was full of a lot. Welcome back to my channel, guys. If you are new here, you know what to do. If you don't want to miss out on all these usages, do well to subscribe. Turn on your post notifications. Just hit the bell so that I can get notified each time I post a brand new video. And don't forget to give today a thumbs up. So let's give a complete breakdown of this particular episode. Like I always do, I give you guys all the details. So I'm going to start today's episode by just pointing out some things that I noted from this episode that will most likely be seen in the subsequent episodes. One of it is the fact that Miriam is joining in episode 4. So they briefly showed us what to expect in episode 4, and we saw Miriam. I'm pretty much excited to see what Miriam is going to bring to the table, or how she's going to come in. I almost forgot that she was not there, but now that she's coming, I'm like, okay, I would like to see her there. Then the second point is the fact that in the next episode, which your man would most likely be hosting, she's going to be inviting their spouses, or she's going to tell them to come with their +1. So we'll most likely be seeing their maybe boyfriends or their husbands. See, I'm already excited for that episode, and it's not even that episode yet. I feel like things are getting really interesting. Then another thing I would like to point out before I start giving you guys the gist according to how it happened is the fact that they looked really good in their confessionals in this episode. Like all of them were just popping. I was like, everybody's looking good. Iyabo, I think this is the best look of Iyabo I've seen. Like most of those are wigs. The wigs are usually fine, but delaying not just delay. It doesn't just delay well. Chioma had two different looks during the confessionals. I was like, so she changed during the confessionals. I was like, yeah. I think that this franchise should be called Rich Housewives of whatever, like Rich Housewives of Lagos, because that is what the show is giving. So at the beginning of this episode, we had Laura and Iyabo. Iyabo invited Laura to come so that they can, kind of have a chit chat and talk about certain things. So when Laura got there, they started to talk about why Laura was not at the beach, or Iyabo was asking Laura why she didn't come for the beach hangout, just questioning her and stuff. And then Laura just began to start telling her things about like, I really like you. It was not because of you. Like she just calmed down. I was like apologizing to her and saying different things. And that was not the energy that Iyabo went in there with. Iyabo went in with the energy of I'm here to attack this babe. I'm here to give it to her, give her my mind. But the way Laura just came at it just made Iyabo like a little bit dumbfounded. She don't know where to start the attack from.
Every time I see you, I don't know if you start being starstruck. I just look at you and like, I don't see anything. Thanks for not calling you. I apologize I should have called and told you that I was not going to come.
I actually did not expect Laura to just go in there and apologize. I was thinking that Laura would just go there and give attitude, but Laura did not do that. And Laura said that she was going there to get Iyabo on her side. So I'm guessing that's why she went in with that aspect. I mean, that's why she went in that way. So the reason Laura gave for not attending the beach hangouts is the fact that she doesn't like to enter boats for anything at all. She didn't want to be on like the whole boat trip and stuff. Then the fact that a lot of people there, or she said half of the people there, she doesn't really vibe with them, and she's not really comfortable in a space where there's a lot of people that she doesn't vibe with, or maybe half of the people she doesn't vibe with them. Then she went further to talk about what happened during Eliara's lunch. That's Tony's daughter's lunch.
I didn't expect to see Caroline. I didn't even know Tony and Caroline were friends, and I was expecting Chioma to say, "Hi Laura, what's up?" So she gave me, "Hi Laura," and then she was like, "Oh, like, okay, cool, maybe I should chill too. Maybe I should chill." It was the vibe I got that made me just boom.
Then later on now, Laura highlighted the fact that she has heard the things that were said about her during the beach hangout, like all those during their game, the different things that they said about her, that she has heard everything. And I'm very sure that it's Tiana that told her, Tony that told her what happened. And if that Caroline has said all of that in front of her, she would have given her a dirty slap. Hey, Then that's where the whole genge started. Like this particular episode, genge started from the beginning. So that's where the whole genge and the whole Basbos energy started.
I heard she had a lot of nonsense to say about me, you know. I really don't give a shit about Carol. Everything they said, Carol said at the beach, she would not say it in front of me, because if she said it in front of me, I will lose my cool. I just feel like if I had come for the reunion, I would have given her a dirty slap. Yeah, but she just looked at it like she could understand where she was coming from. She was just listening to her. Little did Laura know that the way Yabo is paying attention is to be able to carry that gist in details to the next person. Yabo even hugged her, like, you know, I understand her, you know, and I'm like, all right, I didn't know the gist is gonna go out like that, because the way she was consoling her, saying that she now understands her and that she misjudged her. So that was the scene. That was the one of the major scenes at the beginning. Then they showed Chioma and Caroline. They went jewelry shopping. Nothing much happened in that jewelry shop. Nothing worthy of note. The only thing that I know is just okay. What they call it? Chioma was talking about her ring size, and they were just putting out to the entire public, or putting out to the world, that this is what it is for them. Or Chioma talked about her ring size, and then Caroline talked about the kind of ring she would like, you know. So
I want a massive rock and I want to wear it. I think I'm a size 5.5. Future husband, if you're listening.
Please let me try this one so he can see what I want. This is a rock of ages.
If you are the billionaire or the trillionaire that these people are looking for, they've told you what they want to. So if you want to shoot your shots, you should know how to go about that. Then they also talked about the beach hangout. Yeah, they also talked about what happened at the beach, but briefly. They only expressed the fact that they know that, you know, what they did when it comes to Laura's situation, like mentioning her, that they didn't feel like it was the right thing to do. It would have been better if she was there, you get. So they came from the angle of, they understand that it not make sense.
Even I'm panicking a little bit that, we must have offended Laura.
That we played on the beach was very brutal, because some of the questions that were asked I just thought was so unnecessary.
And it got me thinking that what exactly was said about Laura, because from what the production showed us, it was not a lot. So I'm guessing a lot more happened at the beach hangout or during the game that was not shown to us. After they showed them, they now showed Toyin doing her business. Toyin is all about her business, and she's showcasing it in every way possible, which I think is cool. It's really cool, because there's nobody at this point that doesn't know that Toyin is into fashion, and she styles celebrities, she styles other people. So yeah, she's really selling her business. The only part they showed, when they showed Caroline, actually, when she was planning for the event for this particular episode, she was also putting on her construction outfit. I was even thinking she was going to the site, to the construction site, only for them to show that she used it to go and make inquiry about the hangout that she was planning, the brunch that she was planning. And I'm like, what's the correlation between the outfit and the brunch that she's planning? Then Chioma's own, at least she's wearing the hair, and she sells hair, so a little bit, but the rest, the others, I've not really seen so much. So they showed Toyin and they showed Maria. Maria is from Big Brother. Maria was a former housemate of Big Brother, 2021 season of Big Brother Nigeria. When I saw, I was like, okay. So they showed more of what the shoot was about, the newspaper stuff, what inspired them to make that newspaper shoot.
So I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't read the news. I'm the news. That thing just came to my head, like the captions. Yeah, so let's change the We can set up the pink chair. Yeah.
Then I had to go on Instagram. I saw that the pictures are out and they look really, really good. Like, it turned out really good. The inspiration behind it, because apparently Maria is usually in the news a lot. Then Toyin was also talking about how herself and her husband, they work together. They get to work together. They get to work together on set. The husband is a photographer, she's the stylist, so they work well together. So you have a team there. So if you want to book, you can book both of them to take care of your shoot.
We work hand in hand together. It's a creative process. This is what you get when you choose the power couple.
Then after that, they now showed Chioma in her family house. Not a lot happened there, but because, you know, they showed family and all, let me just briefly say what happened there. Her family came over from the United States, so she just hosted them to maybe dinner or something at home. Her parents, her extended family, aunties and all. Then there's something that happened. There's something that actually happened. There was a conversation around marriage where they were like, when are we buying Ashebi? When are we going to buy Ashebi? Ashebi is like what you wear for wedding. So basically they're asking her, when is the wedding happening?
When I'm sure and they're 100% ready before they can meet my family.
Let's honor with a husband
Yeah, amen.
Very, very typical of a household. Once you have come of age, especially an Igbo household, you see that prayer point, your marriage situation will become a prayer point. Then after that, they now showed where Iyabo and Chioma went jogging. Apparently, Chioma invited her earlier on during the episode. Chioma invited her for them to, go exercise and take off like all the food that they ate during the event. So they went jogging, and when they just showed the jogging scene, I was like, Chioma is on full face beat, like who wears full face beats to go jogging? Like literally, when I say full face beats, I mean full face beats. She had eyeshadow, freaking eyeshadow, lashes, under eye, what they call it, liner was done. Do you know the amount of details it takes to do all of that? She had contacts, and I'm like, bro, you're going to jog. While they were jogging, Iyabo was telling Chioma what's up, what Laura told her, and the reason why Laura did not come, and then why she has been giving attitude. And then Chioma now said, me and the babe, we're not friends. Like using the word friendship is like, you're reaching, you're over, that's too much.
She brought her friends to buy her, brought her friends to buy food and drinks, and I'm very happy. I'm grateful for that. I appreciate her for that reason, but we don't have a relationship outside of that. I love all my clients, but I think using the word friend is a far reach.
For me, I understand both angles. From Laura's angle, if I were to go to an event, right, and I know somebody, even if we're not friends, you get the kind of, like, it's a familiar face. You get, like, this is a familiar face. You not just say hi and then, it's a familiar face. Your customer that a customer that has been really patronizing you would, greet very well. So I think that's what made Laura feel that type of way. From Chioma's side now, Laura shouldn't have been saying, oh, friends. They're literally not friends. She's a customer. Then this is now when Iyabo told Chioma about the whole slap situation.
And Caroline had to say what she said behind her back to her face. She could have given her a dirty slap.
Honestly, you love that dirty slap. Everything before that, I was trying to understand where she was coming from. But if you want to get physical, I'm not going to condone that. Do you understand? If she slaps Caroline, I'll slap her back. You can't do that.
I'll just imagine the situation. If she slapped Caroline, son, Chioma will now slap back. I was like, all right, this was the second basketball. This is where everything was just building up. Then they showed us apparently Caroline was planning a boho kind of event. You guys know how it is now. It's supposed to be like relaxation. Everybody's sitting on the floor in the garden. I actually do like those kind of settings, but I don't think I've been to something like that. But it's, it's nice, it's cool. Everybody's relaxing, So Caroline was the one that hosted them this time around. So she was putting everything together. So the first person that arrived was Iyabo, and I liked her look. I like she was just very simple. It felt very appropriate for the event because it's supposed to be relaxation. So she just wore this free clothes. Laura was also looking okay. I think, yeah, it was free, then the trouser, Abby. Yeah. So I think Laura also looked okay. But for me, I think I really liked the way Iyabo was looking. Then when Chioma arrived, she was wearing this white thing that had, in fact, the thing had tail. What they call that thing? The thing had extra with flowers on her head and everything. And they were just looking at her like, what's going on here? Their reaction was my reaction and even more.
I don't have bicycle. I don't have bicycle. Hello? Where are you going to? Who is that? Oh, back. Are you getting married? Is it your wedding? Chioma, you are too extra for my liking. I just need to tell you. Come here.
Chioma, what's going on? He reached to ask whether it's a wedding because it was just too much. It was just too much for that particular occasion or that particular event. Like, free yourself. Then Tony was another person that did the most for the event. But I think Tony's outfit was more comfortable because it was like this light material that is like trousers, so you can still free yourself. So I think, yeah, but she also did the most for the event. So let's not talk about what happened at the dinner because in fact it was supposed to be brunch, but it turned to dinner because apparently a lot of them came late. When Laura came and met with Caroline, I was just like, let me see what happened here. Then Laura and Caroline now greeted. It was like, pretty cool greeting. Laura now had something to say in her confessionals. In fact, Laura said a lot in her confession. In her confessionals, she said a lot. First of all, that greeting, she was like, she knows that Caroline likes to pretend.
You guys are so extra. I love your hair.
Thank you. Carol knows how to pretend, so she's pretty nice to me. So, hi, Caroline. How are you, beautiful?
I'm like, Laura, is a drama queen for real. She's really, really a drama queen. Then there's even a part where she called Chioma a thing, like this thing.
Tell Caroline that I talked about, not this thing, yeah, sitting close to me. I don't understand. I don't send you. I don't send you.
I'm like, this confessional is bloody. So the awkwardness was not too much. When Laura was there, they were just there sitting down. Caroline was telling her that they missed her at the beach. I'm like, that one is not true. It's a lie. The only person that I feel like maybe missed her was Toyin. But Caroline, there's no missing, except they not show us where Caroline was expressing that she missed her.
We missed you like crazy. I said she was the one that was going to teach us how to dance. Are you sure you were not looking for a way not to come?
Then when Chioma came, that's when the real awkwardness occurred. Chioma just greeted her, hi, they greeted hello. And then later on, when Chioma was sitting down, because they were sitting down by each other, there was just awkwardness. It was just very, very awkward. I was like, hey. Later on, when Toyin came, that's when the main drama now started. Toyin was like, she's going to answer Laura that, so is this event that she can come for, that she's going to answer her. Then Laura was now explaining what happened, that she heard everything, that almost everybody there had something to say about her, and she was expressing her mind based off of what Toyin told her, that it's not fair, like it's not fair, she wasn't there and they shouldn't have been talking about her. So this was a mix of what she said in her confessionals and what she said to them there.
Everybody said something at some point, and I felt like if you had anything, Carol, I felt like if you had anything to say, you would not say anything behind me. You play a game. I'm not there. Don't talk about me.
In fact, when this particular fight, it was a long session. Like it took a lot of time. I'm going to try. In fact, I'm going to post it on my Instagram page. I'm going to post the longer version. Maybe I'll see if I can put like an 8 minutes or 9 minutes, or I don't know, whatever. When I put it together, I'll know how many minutes that it's going to be, and it's going to be temporary. I'll make it an IGTV video. But if I'm doing that, I'll have to privatize my page, because DSTV multi-choice is to come for people that do that. They've taken down a lot of pages like on Instagram because of posting that, especially if it's a long video. I'm going to put my Instagram handle here, but let me just give a breakdown of how it went. Then Caroline was now kind of apologizing to her that if what she said by the beach or during the game is what's getting to her, that she's sorry for that. That's when she now found out that, it's not even just about the game, there's more to it. And she was shocked, like, okay, what's going on here? Chioma also tried to explain to Laura that it was just a game, basically. So nobody really went into the entire situation. Although Laura was of the opinion that this is how people express their minds, that people can jokingly express how they feel about you. So she doesn't feel like it was a joke.
Because at the game,
It was the
I don't
game.
think that anybody spoke extensively about anybody.
No,
No one spoke extensively about me at the game.
You still have issues with me concerning the game, and I'm sorry about that because we're all
Not
joking.
concerning the game.
Then Chioma was now saying what really pained her about the whole situation was Laura saying that she was going to slap Caroline if she said all of that in her presence. And this is when the whole ginger situation now came. Laura now really said what was doing her, what exactly was paining her, or the major problem she had with Caroline. And apparently it was obvious that the whole thing did not start with the games. She said that she doesn't have problems we had directly, that she has a problem in the fact that Caroline came for her sister, which is Linda Ikeji.
You said a bunch of shit about my sister. You go for my sister means that you and I would never be in the same space, and I'd be lovey-dovey and be very nice to you.
Linda Ikeji is a popular blogger. In fact, she's one of the pioneers of blogging in Nigeria. So she has been there since. You can just search for her online. You definitely know a lot about her. So Linda Ikeji is Laura Ikeji's sister. Linda Ikeji is a billionaire. Like, oh, where you go, she has money. So Caroline was now trying to explain to Laura the reason why all of that happened, has the situations in her own home. That's Caroline. And the next thing, Laura is like, don't talk about my sister. Hey. I'm like, yo, you brought up your sister now, and I say not talk about my sister. Like, is it meant or is what? So she now still went ahead to defend herself. That's when she talked about the fact that her daughter has 2 holes in her heart. Even in her confessional, she also said it.
I've always prayed for a daughter, and for me to now find out that the daughter I've always prayed for has a hole, 2 holes in her heart. Sorry.
Immediately she talked about her daughter. Laura's blood that was very hot just cooled down. She started to feel, that's when she was not feeling bad, because apparently Laura was just coming from the angle of she's talking about her daughter, so she understands. Obviously, if it's her own daughter, that's Laura's daughter, she will not take it lightly. So she understands where Carolyn's coming from. That's why she said she was allowing Caroline to just vent and vent without really coming at her.
Part of the reasons why my marriage broke was because of Linda. I reached out to her. She did not care. I have court papers. She did not care. Linda lied about my age. I reached out to her. Linda wrote that my daughter was for another man. I reached out to her. She did not care. And you sit down here to defend your family? My daughter has 2 fucking holes in the house.
So she was just expressing what Linda did to her. And for me, for this particular one, and for Caroline, no, not because of this particular incident, but this vlogs that go into people's family problems and expose it when they are not ready to put it out there. I don't see any positive that really comes out of it, because it's none of our business, except these people come out and expose themselves. Then yeah, you can carry it in your blog, but not to now go deep, start digging for things in the person's marriage just to destroy the marriage. Who is it going to help? All these are just for cheap views, and not cheap, because sometimes they make a lot of money, so not cheap. All these are just for views and likes, and you're just happy destroying people's homes, people's money. So Linda Ikeji, then she used to do a lot of things. When she calmed down was after she had a child. I think that's when she now stopped doing things, like stopped going deep into things. I've not really checked her blog since, because I didn't follow those kind of blogs. So yeah, Laura was now apologizing to Caroline.
I didn't know this whole situation. I've never heard this story before. I understood the entire situation. When I said I was going to slap you, it was me just ranting. I was just telling her how mad I was about you, and I want to apologize for saying I'll slap you. I will never do that. I don't do that. I'm not ghetto.
Laura apologized, and I like the fact that she apologized. I think for Laura, once she realizes that she's wrong, she's going to apologize. So that's when they now showed us things that we're going to expect in the next episode. Laura and Chioma, expect to see more drama next time. It was crazy. She even said Chioma, she talked about Chioma fighting in club. I'm like, hey, Chioma, say yeah. So I can't wait for the next episode, you guys. So if you're still here, you're the real OG. Please do well to like and subscribe, and we're going to see you on the next episode. Bye. Love you.